How long until the Village of Dolton has its police cruisers repossessed by KS State Bank? Watch this video. Let's get into it. Many of you know that reporting from risky environments like CHOP in Seattle or street protests, that often puts my safety on the line. Despite having a concealed weapons permit, carrying a bulky item while filming in such situations, it's always been a challenge. That brings me to today's sponsor and the solution to my problem, the Vanish Daily Carry Holster. What stands out about this Vanish holster is its comfort and discretion. It weighs just 6 ounces. It's made from durable Cordura material that's gentle on the skin. Designed to fit 99% of semi-automatic pistols, it's adjustable for right and left-handed users. It features a secure trigger guard and includes utility or magazine pouches. Wear it under a loose t-shirt and it's virtually undetectable. Vanish Holsters offers a 100% money-back guarantee, ensuring a risk-free purchase. Plus, they're offering $50 off the retail price for those who use my special link below. And don't forget the huge giveaway. Vanish Holsters is giving away an $80,000 custom Rocky Ridge Silverado truck to one lucky buyer who purchases by June 3rd. Check out the link in the description to get the most comfortable holster you've ever worn and a chance to win this incredible truck.
One of the things that we want to put out in this interview is that they are threatening to repossess, repossess police vehicles because of non-payment, which Trustee House brought up at the last board meeting. So talk about that email you got.
For State Bank, which is our police vehicles, the Durangos and the Fiats for Public Works. That bill was approved by the board May of 2023. We received an email stating that those cars will be repossessed if we do not get any payment.
So I received an email January 31st from the leasing company. And I will read the email that I received because it was quite concerning. Yeah, so the email sent January 31st reads as follows. I will need a response by the end of this week, a payment being made on this past due account ending in 351. The payment is seriously past due and we will be making arrangements for repossessing all of the vehicles related to this lease. Your immediate attention to this matter is greatly appreciated. So that one is a payment the board already approved in May of 2023. We're talking 7 months that this has gone at $76,000 behind. And now we're coming up on it being 2 years delinquent because we're going to, in May, another payment is going to be due. So upon getting that information, I immediately forwarded it over to the village administrator, to the finance director, and I requested for a status. I asked them to follow up with the vendor directly and to keep the board updated. It was not an attempt to have another video to put out here. But of course, when we get into the boardroom and the meetings and they try to portray it like, well, everything's okay. And it's not. Yeah.
Listen to the lie that the police chief said at the last meeting.
Go ahead, Lacey. All right, Madam Mayor, I just want to address something that the Trustee House said in reference to the email that you got. So you say as far as vehicles being repossessed, there are no Dolton vehicles being repossessed. I know exactly who you're talking to. And guess what? It's been taken care of.
As of February 12th, the latest email received said, nothing on my end at this point this morning. Still waiting on payment and have not heard from the village.
And that's one of the reasons why we do these videos, because there's so much misinformation that's given out. It's lies. It's lies. And they never produce receipts. You know how you can tell people who are watching this video, anytime we put a video up, we show the actual emails, which you'll see this email. We prove what we're saying. So this is the current state of the finances, that the car's about to get repossessed. Cars repossessed. Like, there's reality shows about cars getting repossessed.
Yes.
But this is a village, this is $1 million budget, but the money is getting blown and spent more and more. And then they spin the narrative. The trustees are stopping this stuff. That's why you can't get this. No, they just don't have the money. You know?
Yes. Well, no, and it's the money has been spent on all the wrong things, because the trustees did not approve a flight to Las Vegas. The trustees did not approve going to Selma, Alabama, first class. They didn't approve going to New York first class.
No.
But you'll notice that they found ways to make that happen.
Yep.
But when it comes to things that the residents need, the cars to be paid, the lights to go up on people's for the street posts, then it's all of a sudden, oh, we can't pay this, and the trustees are stopping progress. Yeah. It's all a lot of false stories that's just being put out there to try to gaslight the community.
Yeah.
This was a video on the Dolton Trustees YouTube channel. And this is a former Dolton trustee there. And then the gentleman he was talking to is Jason House, and he is one of the current trustees. He has a background in finance. He has a background in banking. The other individual who's answering the questions about what we've got going on. This issue is about 3 months old. And here is the letter. Yeah, here's a letter. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up again, here's a letter on February 14th, 2024. So I am guessing that this lease account got brought current. But if you've got a city, if you've got a township, if you've got a village, the Village of Dolton, that is $4, $5, $7 million in the negative with their city budget, if they have paid this current, that means something else that wasn't as high priority. That bill is not getting paid. Now, one of the reasons I think this will eventually get paid is because could you imagine, 911 call goes out. Yeah, we'd love to send an officer out, but he's going to have to wait for the Uber to come to pick him up and get him to your place because, all of our cars got repoed. They just got taken. Oh, I didn't pay the bills. So, sorry, hang in there. Patience for, that guy stealing all your stuff. I'm so sorry about that. But, they're on their way. But, Uber can take some time. No, that's not really a reality. But it is when you've got a village that is so mismanaged that they can't even keep their lease of their fleet of vehicles going. Right? I mean, it's nuts. Let's take a look at the actual letter. This is a letter from KS State Bank. So you got a state bank via certified mail because they want the village to know, hey, we see you and you're not paying your bills. So Village of Dolton, recount there it is, to whom it may concern. To the Village of Dolton, you had a government contract in the amount of $332,000. I'm sure they got a steal, right? You got 6 Dodge Durangos. You've got 6 2019 Fiat 500 vehicles and 1 Dodge Caravan. Okay, so you've got all those vehicles, and they were behind, as of the terms of this letter, $76,000. And it was due May 15th, 2023. Well, we heard the police chief, jump in because this would affect his crew because these are police cars, cruisers, patrol vehicles. And so if he doesn't have the vehicles, yeah, sorry, love to come, but can't, no car. Got a hitchhiker right there. He's popping off with, there's no repossessions going on here. And, yeah, there are, and you haven't paid, and the trustees didn't pay. So you hear about these situations with TIF, with the Supermayor all the time. It's because they're juggling funds. They don't have any funds. They don't have any reserves. They have no money. They are absolutely cash poor. And so when bills come up, let's pay that one. Oh, don't pay that one. Don't pay that contractor. And that's what you hear all the time. You've got a major catastrophe going on. And without a big influx of cash, this isn't going to go away. So that's why I'm doing a storyline from 3 months ago. This storyline ain't going away. If it's not the police cars being repoed, it's something else that they're on the hook for, obligation-wise, right? So, and then it goes into, contact Mark. He's the vice president of general counsel. He's the attorney sending out hey, we'd love it if you guys would, pay your bills. And then the trustees, and you can see the annoyance of TIF, right? She's just up there grabbing her water bottle and I got to drink some water. She's like a little child when she doesn't get her way. Got to talk about the police cars not being paid for. I mean, they're going to repo our cars. They're not repoing our cars. Well, they might. Could you imagine? They show up to the police station. All right, take those 6 there. Yep. Those 4 there. Those got to go. Oh, and that one over there. Yep. Get them out of here. You guys didn't pay your bill. What a bad look that would be. I mean, that would be an amazing podcast, right? Could you imagine what happened? Yeah. TIF apparently lied about these bills being paid, and they weren't. And here we are. And here goes your Durango. Kiss it goodbye. Financial turmoil continued to unfold in South suburban Dolton Thursday after a bank said the village failed to make a payment worth tens of thousands of dollars, which may result in the police cruisers and other public work vehicles being repossessed. They failed to make a payment because they have no money. They have no money. No wonder TIF is using money from the township of Thornton. She's doing, stuff for Dolton as the mayor of Dolton. She's paying for mayor of Dolton activities like going to the mayor's convention with the city or with the township of Thornton's money. She's under investigation for that right now. So even though this story is a little bit old, the storyline keeps on going because it does not go away. Because it's, unless there's a huge influx of cash, these bills aren't getting paid. It's a matter of which ones aren't getting paid. And right now it feels like a good percentage of them are not being paid. Lawyers for KS State Bank said in a letter that the village and the bank entered into an agreement. Yep. $76,000 is owing. Please have the above collateral ready for repossession agent to take possession of the vehicles. We will then sell the collateral and apply the proceeds to the outstanding debt. Man, who's going to buy a slightly used police vehicle from, Village of Dolton? I'm sure they did crazy great maintenance on those vehicles. Has it ever had an oil change since 19? Don't really know. Doesn't seem like anything in the Village of Dolton is being well run, does it? Please advise immediately where the collateral is located, i.e., where are the cars we're coming to steal them back? Yeah, those repo guys. Remember the movie Repo Man with Emilio Estevez? Whew, that was a great movie. Several trustees who spoke with WGN-TV and Bert Odelson, legislative counsel for the Village of Dolton Board of Trustees, said the payment was authorized by the board in May of 2023. So we got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah. Right? I mean, and the board has said, hey, we authorized it. And then so that money was authorized to go out. No wonder the village isn't putting forth their books. The TIF is not letting the books get released to those who need it, except to the FBI. It's stuff like this, right? I mean, this house of cards is in the process of falling down. And what you're going to hear and what people are going to say is, oh, no, Sean, that got caught up. They brought that current. Okay. Yeah. To the detriment of what else wasn't paid. Because when somebody gets behind and you feel really bad for them and they're kind of just going down the toilet, I mean, you just feel horrible, right? It's like one thing here, one thing there, another thing there. Things just fall apart. That's already happened in the Village of Dolton. It's basic financial mismanagement, and you don't have enough money coming in to pay your bills. And some stuff that's on credit, that's going to go back. She can blame whoever she wants, but the board did their job back in May of 2023, February 2014. We're still talking about it. An authorized payment. She's blocking payment, said Odelson. The she in question is self-proclaimed Dolton Supermayor Tiffany Henyard. So as questions over unpaid bills have come to light in recent months, really, WGN investigates and previously uncovered exorbitant spending on lavish trips and experiences by Henyard, which included a trip to Las Vegas. Oh, we talked about that in a live stream today. Ooh, the sexual allegations. Sexual abuse allegation. Not good. Not good. Not good. And TIF tried to basically cover up the entire scenario. Would have been fine if they would have just gone to Vegas. All right, somebody has some questionable sex as far as, was the person, I don't know, conscious for it? There's that whole issue. But TIF decided to cover it all up. And that's not going to go well. That's not going to go well. All right, so this happened. This is going to ruin my administration. We need to cover it up. Unfortunately, the gentleman who did the alleged, have sex with somebody who wasn't conscious Allegedly, right? Allegedly. He, right after he did that, he called and then FaceTimed one of the Dolton police officers that was there on the trip. Mind blowing. So, which included a trip to Las Vegas that cost more than $12,000 and fell in the same month the loan payment on the Village vehicles was due. So where'd they get the money to do the $12,000 Las Vegas trip? Yeah. I mean, they stole it from some budget, right? I have never, ever seen the abuse that this mayor is laying on the feet of her citizens, ever, Owdelson said. The letter received by trustees said to immediately contact Mark, the bank's vice president of government finance, to make arrangements for payment or surrender collateral. So you know darn well, Dolton did a huge scramble. All right, got to come up with $76K. Who can kick in? What department can kick in? Because this is going to look terrible. Somebody absolutely got reamed out by Tiff on this one, didn't they? Oh, there was a closed door meeting. And you know what? One of those poor directors said, hey, we don't have the money. And Tiff said, find the GD money. I can't have this. I can't have the police cars being repossessed, and every other, word would have been the F bomb or the MF bomb or whatever. That's just how that's just how leadership in general goes. When it's poor, when it's bad, when it's not leadership. It does not say when the repossessions could begin or if they would be halted if a payment is received. So I'm assuming this bill got paid this time around. But here's another reason I'm podcasting this is we are May of 2024. There's another payment due. Yeah. How's that going to go? Well, we'll find out, right? Did it get paid? Is there going to be another call for repossession? You're going to have all kinds of stuff on the chopping block because you can only juggle funds for so long, especially when the FBI is doing just a little probe action into your entire village. Now, let's see what we can find here. Probe. All right. Yeah. They're coming. It's just a matter of time, Owdelson said. It's just a matter of time because the payments aren't going to get made. They're not going to get made. Village of Dolton trustees have gone head to head with Henyard at village meetings, calling for transparency so residents know where taxpayers' dollars are going. The residents of Dolton deserve to know how the money is being spent. And so they are being just basically stonewalled. And that's why the FBI is doing the investigation that they're doing, because nobody from Tiffany Henyard and her crew is releasing any information. She's gone as far as taking off the town clerk from the checking account. Just get that person out of here. I only want to be the one to sign and know what's going on. I mean, and she wasn't supposed to be able to do that legally. There's, that whole thing of checks and balances. Well, not in Tiff land, not in the Village of Dolton. And I mean, this story is the story that just keeps on giving. The Board of Trustees in charge of overseeing finances, but some said Henyard has restricted them from access to village financial records, leaving them mostly in the dark. That has been confirmed across the board since the time of this. On top of that, several trustees told WGN News Thursday they recently heard from several vendors, people that are owed money, who claimed they were hired by the mayor for work and never paid for their services. All right, they were up in line. They were up in line for payment. Hey, we'll get you paid. Yeah, you betcha. We're so close. We're so close. Your invoice is at the top of the stack. I mean, there's a big effing stack of invoices, but you, my friend, are right on top. All right, we need to pay that guy's invoices. What about the police cars? What about the cop cars that are going to get, they're going to get all repoed. It's going to be terrible. This is horrible. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't pay that contractor, even though he got our waterworks system back up and running. Don't pay him. We got to have the cop cars because what's worse? Some guy yelling and screaming he's a contractor and he hasn't been paid, or all the police cars leaving in one fell swoop on 6 different trucks. The village is in millions in debt and did not approve of those expenses, Norwood told WGN. There's no accountability, Owdelson said. According to the village website, the next board meeting will be held on March 6th. That one, was that the one that went 4 minutes long and nobody was able to attend? There's just been so many fantastic events happening at the city of Dolton. That, I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And the backstory is what I'm starting to cover now. So you got to be tuned in. You got to be subscribed. You got to hit that notification bell, because we're going to keep going, because these issues are not going away. We're just going to cover them. We're going to cover them because they'll all come up again. This stuff isn't, it's paid. No, this is what we're doing. Thanks again for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.